Take it away, Mom.
Good morning. I am Pat Snowden, the mother of Chas Snowden, the founder CEO of FLA Movement. I'm so excited that everyone's joined us this morning. This is a huge occasion that I've been looking forward to for a long time. Thank you, Chastity, for letting me have my special guest on today. I met Janice probably about 15 years ago. We go to Silverdale Baptist Church together. We began doing outings together, dancing, praying together, going to church functions, trips together. There is so many memories over the 15 years. I can't even begin to tell you how she has blessed my life. Not only as a mother, a grandmother, I adore her daughters and her son. Now he's going to be my husband one day. He don't know it yet. He's just a little young, but Keith is huge in my heart, and her grandchildren have become a part of my family. She began probably senior fit several years back, 5 to 8 years back, and started dancing with me, walking with me, exercising with me. But about 5 years ago, we began praying for Janice as she found out about a liver problem that she had, and I'll let her share that. And a year ago, I was going to the FLA excursion, and it had done so much for me and my nutrition that I wanted my friends to go with me. So I invited Janice and a couple of our friends to go with us, and she went with us to Boca Raton, Florida, and Deerfield, Florida for the FLA excursion. And she decided at that time to join the FLA movement. It's been a huge year for her. She's a very modest person. She won't ever let me celebrate her. So this is huge for me to be able to celebrate her today. She's such a strong Christian and gives God all the glory for everything that he's done in her life. And I just wanted to bring her on today because her story has blessed me in such a mighty way. And I hope it blesses you too. So, Janice, let's get started. I'm going to ask you a few questions, and then I'm going to let you share. She has shared with me just a while ago when we had prayer that the Lord is working in her life right now, and God's been talking to her in the last 24 hours, and she wants to share some things. But let's just start at the beginning. After attending the FLA excursion a year ago, what made you decide at that time to join FLA?
Well, while I was there, I had a blast. I met a lot of the tribe and the coaches, and I really loved the atmosphere. Everyone was very kind and supportive, and I felt welcomed. I heard testimonies of people who had many different goals, from gaining weight in a healthy way for bodybuilding to people looking to lose weight and build sustainable habits like me. While I was there, I began to think, I can do this. I initially wanted to join for my health because I have diabetes and a liver disease. But the truth is, I really wanted to feel good about myself and my body. See, I love to dance, ballroom dancing, salsa dancing, line dancing, just any kind of dancing, which I can do while I'm overweight. But I just imagined how much better it would be if I was smaller. On my way home, it seemed this was all I thought about. I was so excited even before I joined and knew what the program entailed that I told my children about it, and they were very supportive and excited for me. The week I got back, I turned 70 and I made a call to Chastity.
Wow. Man, that is something else. So you just caught the fire of what was going on and saw the testimonies of so many others there. What has been the biggest changes, not only in your body, but your mindset? Because so many times I have seen through the time I've been with Chas in this movement, it's not only the changes in your body, but what happens with you in your mind. What have you seen the changes in your life in the last year?
Well, regarding my body, I have lost 51 pounds and 20. Far as mindset, I had to reset my mind from all the fad diets I had been on all my life. fad diets that pounded into my head, eat this, don't eat this, that, no carbs, no sugar, no fruit, etc., but never teaching me why. During different seasons of my life, I would use food as a companion or a crutch rather than using food as a guide to fuel my body properly. And this required a mind reset.
Wow. So it is what's going on in your mind that changes things. What value did you find in having a coach? And talk a little bit about your coach and how your coach supported you through this year and what she means to you and what the tribe of people mean to you that you've been a part of for a year.
Well, I found that a support team and a coach who would not focus solely on my failings, and there have been many, would also allow me praise and to feel proud of myself was invaluable. Having a coach also makes you accountable to them. I am sure I would have had a donut every now and then had she not been able to see it on the app. But she would just say to me, you can have a donut, but not every day and not without counting it in your numbers. In my opinion, Zeus is very educated about nutrition. If she doesn't know an answer to one of my questions, and I had a lot of questions, she will research and get back with me, always giving me suggestions on food swap outs and things such as that. I think her encouragement was a big one for me when back in September, I went on a 14-day bus trip out west. While on the trip, I still counted my calories, and I really didn't expect to have gained any weight because I thought to myself, I've been true. But when I got back, I had gained 13.6 pounds, and I was hysterical. I called her crying, very upset. And she said, calm down. It's not possible to gain that much fat in 2 weeks. It has to be water retainage. Just go back to your fundamentals and it will come off faster than you think, which it did. It came off within a week. And during Christmas, I got off track a little, and she had to settle me down then and remind me to go back to my fundamentals. In her soft but stern voice, she would say, get your proteins. Since Christmas, I have lost 9 pounds.
Wow. And tell us where your coach lives.
I don't know. I always thought she lived in Australia, but I don't think that's right, is it?
Slovakia?
She lives in Slovakia. It's in Europe.
Oh, okay.
So the time difference for Zeus is unreal. But
It's-
Zeus does,
Yeah.
yeah. She's amazing. After everything that you've been taught over the years and with Chas and with Zeus, what are some tools you've learned that you'll continue using for the rest of your life from the foundations of nutrition? What are some of the tools that you can share with us that you will continue using?
I learned what a macro was. I learned what a protein was. Is it possible that you get to be 70 years old and not know what these things are? But really, I didn't. And I didn't know how invaluable they were to my body. But she's not only have I learned that, but it has gone outside of the dieting into the whole mindset of not dieting, but food nutrition and things I need to do to take care of my body.
What prompted me with Janice is watching her success in class. I know Freeland's on here and he sits right by Janice every day in class. And he said when she started the program, he would look over and say, Janice, are you all right? Are you all right? And now she's like passing him, standing up and doing it the whole time. Her endurance has improved so much, and the glow that she has, and although, like I told you initially, she's not one to brag on herself, she don't want you to talk about her, but people in the class have noticed all the different changes in her life. And I think it was about 4 weeks ago when we were sitting in our Sunday school class, and Lisa asked us, this was the year of victory for our church, and Lisa asked our class, she said, for a start off question, what have been some victories in your life? And when Janice spoke up, after everybody talked about their degrees and their grandchildren and all those things that are so important to us, Janice said, my freedom over food and what I've learned. And I knew then that God had used my daughter through Zeus and Janice to share that with our class, that you can have freedom over food. And I've ate out with Janice weekend after weekend for years and years and years, and saw the changes that she's made and the less stress that she has around food. And we all have it. I have it where I don't eat enough. Some people have it that they eat too much. But to watch your success and to be a part of this journey. Mona's on this call. She's with us all the time. Carolyn went out with us the other night. And it's been a joy for us to watch you. And less than words is just your actions, watching what's happened. So with all that being said, I'm just glad that you have victory over food and freedom over food, and the sky's the limit for you and your successes in the future. And I know the Lord's been talking to you, and I'm going to let you close us out, and then Chastity's going to speak with us. Is there anything else you want to share, what the Lord's been saying to you and what this experience has been like?
Well, I'm going to tell my story.
Go ahead.
I'll not get through it without crying, so please have patience with me.
You're fine.
So when I was asked to speak about my journey with weight loss with FLA movement, I thought this will be easy. I will just talk about what I've learned and that will be it. But after I put my thoughts down on paper and rewritten them and numerous times, I realized why I was struggling. Just in the past week, while preparing for this talk, I realized I had to admit to myself this. So here goes. My name is Janice, and I'm an addict. I'm a food addict. My drug of choice is food. I come from a family of overweight people. Some of them have been able to get control of the situation, while some have died. I have been overweight most of my life, and frankly, I blamed it on my DNA. I mostly just accepted it. Oh yeah, I would go on this diet and that diet to lose some weight, but usually I gained it back. Plus, being overweight most of my life has not allowed me to see good in myself or my body, since I have failed so many times. As a food addict, the restrictiveness that was always in my head around dieting didn't allow me to feel I had any breathing room. So let's go back to March of 2019, when I was diagnosed with stage 4 cirrhosis of the liver due to diabetes and fatty foods. The doctor gave me 3 to 5 years to live. I was shocked and basically in denial. I asked him, what can I do? He was rather blunt and said, lose weight. He also said, you can start with not eating these 6 foods and hope the cirrhosis doesn't turn into cancer. I left his office defeated. The only thing that kept me going was my family, and I knew God was in control. In the next few years, I concentrated on avoiding the 6 foods and trying to eat healthy, not really knowing what healthy was. And I did lose some weight, but I still didn't know what I was doing. Then came FLA movement, April 26, 2022. In the beginning, I was connected with Amanda, who is the tribe's on-staff health coach. There was a meeting with me and all my coaches, Chastity, Zeus, and her. Amanda had studied my records and explained to me what foods I should be eating and not eating to improve or to sustain a healthy liver. I had no idea that all the fats and carbs I had been eating through the years had caused all this damage. With my coach Zeus's help, each week I learned about something new about nutrition, and what I had learned in the previous weeks began to apply this to my food intake, preparation, and planning, and it began to work. On June the 7th of last year, I was asked to declare my island goals. Looking back on my notes on that day, I had listed spiritual growth, body image, family, friends, and travel. A couple of months ago, I did the island goal visualization again with my head down and in total concentration. This is what I saw when I looked up at the island. I saw my grandchildren and Jesus. See, ever since I have been given a time expectancy to life, I knew I wanted to live long enough to see my oldest grandchild graduate from high school. He's 12 now. Seeing Jesus, well, that told me he was going to be on this journey with me. So regarding the improvements to my health, I'm taking 25 units less of insulin each day. My oncologist, who analyzes my blood regularly, says, I can't believe how much better your blood is looking. My B12, which I used to have to take a B12 shot every month for, and infusions had improved to the point I don't even have to take a supplement. So that tells me I'm getting that from my food. Not everything is perfect, but I'm working on that. I have a liver scan every 6 months and no cancer so far, no signs of liver declining. I do have an appointment on the 21st of February. This should tell me more. Due to my weight loss and my PCP doctor has changed some of my medicines and taken me off of one. As a food addict, the restrictiveness that was always in my head around dieting didn't allow me to feel I had any breathing room. Learning about nutrition and macros have allowed me to indulge because I love cake and that won't change, and not seeing it as a failing and a chance to stop. I'm sorry. Weight loss is linear. Macros are linear. My self-worth is not, though, and I have stopped allowing food to control my self-worth. With the help of FLA and the fundamentals I have learned and the grace of God, I plan on watching my 12-year-old graduate from high school and maybe even college.
Praise the Lord. Let's do a happy dance. Woo! Praise the Lord. What a testimony.
Thank you so much for sharing, Janice.
You're welcome.
If I had, you literally described what the reason that I created my company. I not only want to help people understand food, but I want to free them from the grip it has on their life of controlling everything. And this is not something I told you to do or something you even said you wanted. It's just something that happens by going through the journey. And I'm so thankful that you are willing to go through the journey with Zeus and fight all the things that were coming at you, not only health, but the mindset shifts. I did my best not to cry during that as well, because I remember our first call and you telling me you just wanted to live a certain amount of time to see your grandson graduate, and the changes that you have made will literally give you so much more life, but it'll give you more life to each day as well. Not only time, but every single day is so much better. And the fact that you're willing to share means that more people might be open to take this journey and change their life as well. So I really, really appreciate you. Is there anything else you want to share?
No, I really just want to encourage people, if they decide to go through this, is to find yourself a community of friends and family that will support you in what you're doing, because that is so important. My friends have been so supportive, Pat, Mona, Freeland, everybody, that I don't think I could have done it without my community and my church.
Yes. And it's one of the reasons I created an entire tribe of people. And I want people to understand we do live events every 6 months, so that if they don't have a community around them and people aren't supportive, they can tap into the tribe and connect with them online. And then every 6 months you can see them in person. And it's so amazing how when you have people that are cheering you on and believing that you can do anything you put your mind to, you really can do it. And just quickly, I just want to tell you guys what we do. We teach you how to eat whatever you want to eat without sabotaging your results that you're after. We teach you how to train however you want to train without sabotaging the results that you're after. And then we recalibrate your mindset around food, and also, as you can tell with Janice, around yourself. Because most of the time, what limits people from getting to the goals that they want, whether it's health, aesthetics, or performance, is what they think about food, good and bad, what they think about themselves, good or bad, and what they believe is actually the possibility in their lives. And I've found, just like Janice has found, that over and over again, when people come into this movement and they change, the sky is literally the limit. You can do anything you put your mind to when you start changing and you're around people that are actually cheering you on and give you the education in order to understand where you're going and why you're doing what you're doing. Education definitely drives compliance, and the fact that Janice was open to ask tons of questions and really understand why she's doing what she's doing. And we do have a dietitian on staff to make sure that you're healthy and in a good place if you have health issues. We truly do care about people, and we want you not only to flourish just in obviously body composition, but we want you to have a better life. And that's what we're all about. And hopefully the movement will not only start with individuals, but it'll be around the world eventually. And that's my goal. Does anybody?
Well, I will, April.
What'd you say?
I said, I will be there in April, and I will be having a birthday then too.
Yay! Happy birthday. We're going to be celebrating.
We will be celebrating a lot. Does anybody have any questions or want to say anything before we stop? Because I want to make sure that we honor everybody's time.
Before we close, I would love it if Kara wants to come put her face on here and tell us how proud she is of her mom.
Guys, they want you.
Family there, pull the family in. Tell them to come and tell how proud they are of their mom. Is Kara there?
Kara and Caitlin both are here. They came for support this morning. These are my two daughters.
Hey!
Hey.
Tell us how proud you are of your mom. I know y'all are.
So proud. We're proud with or without the weight loss, but we're very, very happy we'll keep her longer.
Yes, and that she's going to be healthy for a long time. She loves y'all so much and appreciates your support, and I love you too. Thanks for being there for her.
Love you.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for coming. We're going to do another WWW Warriors winning the weight loss battle and the journey to better health. It takes me a minute.
Yes, guys, please join us. We'll do this either next week or the following week. And we have another amazing story. Hopefully Kathy will be joining us. She also was fighting for her health and she's lost 40 pounds herself. We have many amazing stories inside this movement. If you want to join all these people and celebrate, or you just have questions, please reach out. I'm going to be sharing this video with a lot of people. I appreciate your willingness and your vulnerability, Janice, and I can't wait to give you a hug in person.
Yes, I can't wait either. I'll see you in April.